Hello, everybody. Just pulling comments. Up. Here we are. Takes a minute. Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's been a little while since I popped on Facebook to do a Facebook Live. I did a live on YouTube earlier in the week. I made a fall card, and I will try to remember to pop that into the Facebook feed. It is the start of September, so there's lots going on. So I want to give you guys an update on all of the things, and then we're going to make a card. So the first thing is, if you caught my live on YouTube earlier in the week, I shared that I had a couple paper party packs. I had two people didn't pay, and so I had 2 left over, and so I threw them up for you guys if anybody was interested in getting them. Oh, hey, Mom. My mom popped on here. So when you purchase the paper party pack, you will get the paper party pack, which has all of the cardstock and then a bag of goodies and some die cuts, and then you get all of the paper from the fall winter catalog, and then you get all of the celebration paper plus the host paper, and this is $45, which is a steal. I don't want all of this to go to waste. And then you will be invited to participate on the 2-day party, which is the 9th and 10th, I believe, of September. It's next weekend. So not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. I also have a Very Best Occasions stamp set that I ordered on accident. I ordered the wrong stamp set. And this is one that we're using for the cards. So this is $25. If you want the stamp set, let me know. I will put a link in the description box and in the comments. I have 1 left of these, so I will put the PayPal link and you can purchase it. And then if anybody is interested in the stamp set for the paper party, let me know and I will send an invoice for that. All right, a few things happening in the month of September. I have my ordering special for the month of September. It is these gems right here. They are beautiful in person. They're really great for fall, actually. I used some on a project. I'm going to grab my set out here. I have a set right here. I have 2 of them in my stash, and I used these for a fall project recently and really loved them. So if you spend $50 with me before shipping and tax, I will send these out to you. If you earned an ordering special in August, I'll be doing all of that this week, wrapping all of that up and getting prizes sent out. So that's my ordering special for the month of September. I almost said August. Next up, we have weekly deals from Stampin' Up. So Stampin' Up is currently, each week of September, they are going to have weekly deals. And I just folded that a little too close. These are the weekly deals for this week. We have some designer paper, the craft card, and envelopes. I really love these. I have 2 sets of these. I love the little box they come in. A couple different embellishments here. I love the brass, brushed metal, brushed metallic adhesive back dots. Maybe if I can say that properly. I used these last month in a lot of my fall projects. Craft paper, the snowfall accent puff paint, some dies. So these are all the items that are on sale for this week. So if you want to pick any of these up, that's really great. If you're a demonstrator, you get this discount on top of your demonstrator discount, which is either 20 or 25%. So for me personally, I have a 25% discount with Stampin' Up. And so I will get my discount on top of these items being on sale, which is really, really awesome. I will stock up on items that come up over the next couple weeks, just to get a really good price on them. So we have weekly deals. The next item for my page here, I think I attached this to, my printer is running out of ink. It's printing all weird. Is the new calendar for the month. So that is, I'll just attach that. It just has all the information on there. And then the last thing, which I'm going to talk about in my project that I'm going to create today, is the Perfect Partners dies. So these are brand new dies that are out there, only available this month. And they coordinate with some of our other products that don't have dies. So for instance, this one, Yeti to the Party, there's no dies in the fall winter catalog to go with the stamp set, but there is dies now for the Perfect Partners. So there are several dies. There are the apple blossom dies, the fresh cut flowers, the birthday pigs. This is in the annual catalog. Trimming the tree, waterfall dies, and then the Yeti dies. I purchased the Yeti dies because I had that stamp set, and then the Playful Piggy dies because I have that stamp set. So those are the two that I purchased. I don't have any of the other stamp sets. I thought about getting the apple ones, but I don't know if I have time to use that stamp set this fall, so I think I might pass on it. But if you are interested, if you have any of these stamp sets and you want dies to go with them, now is the time to get those. So those are listed, and I will pop those into the page as well. As soon as I'm done with my project and I do all of the things, I will share all of the things, all of the places. Okay, so I want to use this stamp set. It is a photopolymer stamp set. I've seen some really cute things with this. And then I want to use the dies that go with it. I'm going to do a tiny bit of coloring, not much. And then put a really simple card together. And I'm considering using a different stamp set for the sentiment. We're going to see as we get the card going. So these are the dies, and you have the mountain die, the Yeti, and then all of the different things, the heart. It looks like the gift, looks like a scarf. So that's a nice addition. On here, we don't have a scarf, but we have one here that will match up with the die. Iona said she got the apple dies, the Yeti dies, and the piggy bundle dies. Yep, those are all the ones that I were drawn to right away. So today I'm using, this is the specialty paper in the fall winter catalog. And this paper is really beautiful. So it has 3 sheets of like iridescent, and then 3 sheets of vellum that has like velvet kind of on it. And I really love this iridescent paper. So I want to use the snowflakes. I might go back and cut one of these other snowflakes out, but for now, I'm going to grab this piece here. Hey, Daisy. And look how beautiful that is. My light is really catching it. It's so pretty. And then the color I chose to go with this is going to be Highland Heather. I embossed the very bottom of this piece of cardstock. You can see where my embossing folder kind of crimped it. This is going to go on top here. But I'm going to do some other things with it. And then I have this piece of purple, which is Gorgeous Grape. And I thought I might need a piece of cardstock underneath the vellum, but this is pretty thick vellum. So I don't actually think that I need a huge piece of that. So this has great sentiments in it. Get Yeti to the party. I just love that. It's your birthday. It's so cute. Is it Christmas Yeti, winter wishes, holiday hugs? So great sentiments, but I have this stamp set sitting on my desk, which is not a Stampin' Up stamp set. It's an Allie Edwards stamp set. And I've never really thought about using my Ali Edwards stamp sets, which I have a million of. For cards, I usually use my Stampin'. I usually use my Ali Edwards stamps for memory keeping. But this one says, I love you so. I was thinking about maybe using that. I'm not sure yet. So I might use it, or I might just stick to the Yeti stamp set. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing I want to do, which is, let's see, I'm thinking of using this, but then also maybe a sponge dauber. And then let's go ahead and grab Highland Heather ink off of here. So we are getting ready for, I know everybody loves hearing me complain about the weather, particularly in the summertime, because y'all know how much I hate the heat. We are currently preparing for temperatures to hit 111 here, which is unheard of for us. I'm getting ink on here and just trying to work it in a little bit. And then I'm lightly going to go over the snowflakes. So we are preparing for that. We're supposed to have that starting today until next Thursday. So a full week of this crazy, ridiculous heat. And I feel like I told a friend today on the phone that I was mad because I felt like the weather guy that I love so much, Mark Finan, who does our weather sort of locally, I feel like he lied to me because he said the hottest parts of our days were over. And I got so excited that I felt like I had survived summer. And now we're having this crazy, crazy heat wave. So I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done here in my office. Because probably for the next few days, I won't be able to be down here. I'll need to work from like the living room. And I think it's about time I get new sponge daubers and fill this back up. I've had those for many years. I don't know, I've probably had them for 6 or 7 years. And I think it's time to get some fresh sponge daubers. So then I'm just gonna go and ink the edges here. And a couple places got a little bit more messy than I meant for it to, so I'm just going to embrace it and let my inky edges get messy. Okay, so now here's probably where I need to decide about, oh, I didn't even think about that, Daisy. That is very hot for our area, and I did not even think about, we are deep in the middle of fire season. Usually the thing that we have happen the most here in California, particularly in my area, is we have thunderstorms and lightning strikes that end up causing fires to happen. Currently, we don't have any of that kind of weather in the forecast. Like, we're not going to have any lightning or thunder or anything like that. So that is good. And I don't think a lot of people are going to be out camping in this, with it being such severe heat. So, like campfires and stuff, it probably won't be too bad, but yeah, that's, California. I was laughing with that same friend this morning, and because she said that, why is California doing that? It makes no sense. And I said, well, that's what California is all about. Not making sense for anything, ever. I'm going to trim a little slim piece. I really want this gorgeous grape color on my card. Okay, so now here's where I probably need to make a decision about a sentiment. I want to cut the Yeti and put him on here. So I like this I love you so. So we're just going to plan this out a little bit. So let's take our Yeti and let's lay him on here. And then see, I feel like this would be so cute if it said, I love you so. I don't know why, but I feel like I want to give this card to my husband. Just because. So let's go ahead and stamp I love you so. I guess this is a day for contraband on my channel here because I'm using this Ali Edwards stamp that says I love you so. It's actually from a monthly kit, so it's like from the September monthly kit. But it says I love you so. And then I got these two. Typically I use Simon Says white ink. That's usually, this is a brand new ink pad. I just recently got a few things. I got these two things, and then I had lost my tweezers. I actually think Violet lost my tweezers. So I ordered another. These are my favorite. But then I also got these. These are Sizzix, and then these are Spellbinders. And these have like massively, I mean, you could probably harm somebody pretty well with those. So I have the little plastic thing, but I knew I really liked these. And then I thought, well, I'm going to get two, and I thought I would try these out. I don't like the reverse tweezers. I really don't like them. So these are reverse tweezers. These are the Stampin' Up! Tweezers that come with this little dude right here. It comes with this, and there's like a little paintbrush. I think it's right here. So like all this stuff comes together, but these are reverse. These are really heavy, first of all. So FYI, they're they're good quality. Like, don't get me wrong, but they're heavy, and then they're reverse. So you pinch them to open them, and then when you release them, they stay closed. So that can be great for paper crafting, because if you pick something up, you know, it's going to hold it. It feels backwards to me, and I don't like it. So that's why I'm not using the Stampin' Up! Ones. I prefer for tweezers to be open, and then for me to close them, and that's how these both are. So you guys know I just share with you when I get things. So I wanted to try the Hero, this is from Hero Arts, and this is the white ink. And then I've been using the Simon Says, and I needed to replace it. I've had it for a really long time. So I got these, and I thought, you know, let's try out this one and see. I was also thinking about heat setting that. So let's go ahead and use our powder tool. And I'm just gonna use that up top there. And I think I am gonna do that I love you so, and I think I'll give this to my husband. Okay, so let's use the white ink. So a lot of times you can, hey Kathy, a lot of times you can use your white ink to emboss. So a really great trick, you know, if you're doing embossing of white and you get when you emboss it, it looks crackled and not completely full. I have in the past, I've used my white gel pen to fill it in. But the other thing you can do is you can actually just use ink pads. In fact, all of Stampin' Up! Ink pads you can emboss with. You can stamp them and then put clear embossing powder over it. You know, so if you want Melon Mambo embossing powder, just use Melon Mambo ink. Put clear embossing powder over it, and then you got it. So that's fairly light. I'm wondering, but it's stamped really good. That stamp ink pad seems to be a bit drier than what I feel like Simon Says ink pads are. But let's see if this will stick. So it gets pretty good coverage. It's just a way to like make your white embossing look crisper and fill it in. So, you know, I like that. Any trick like that works for me. So let's close this up. No, I didn't press very hard in it. I will tell you, I do not like Stampin' Up's white ink. I think it's crappy. I also think their embossing powder is crappy. And I don't buy their embossing powder. So, and honestly, that's not a Stampin' Up situation because they source out their embossing powder. So, and their, I don't know about their white ink. I'm going to turn this on and let it heat up. But their embossing powder is just another company's embossing powder, and it's just not good. I don't like it. So, I don't get it. I get embossing powder that I feel like works better. And then I get white ink that I feel like works better. Okay, so I'm letting this heat up, and then I'm just going to melt the embossing powder. It's not quite hot enough. Okay. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, this worked beautifully. So I'll just make sure that that melts completely. And that's pretty good. I feel like it could be a little bit better. I feel like the Simon Says works a little bit better for that. But, yeah. I think that looks good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put some foam on the back of this. I'm hoping I got all that melted. It looks like I did. And then we're going to have to stamp the Yeti, give him a little bit of color. Ooh, that got real close to the edge. I didn't do a great job of lining that up. Okay. And then we'll remove this adhesive. I should have done this in a blue since I want to give it to my husband. I should have done it in like a navy blue, like Night of Navy or Starry Night. That would have been really pretty. I don't know why I thought purple. It's what I pulled out. Okay, so next I'm going to use this vellum. And it's pretty thick vellum. I think just using my regular adhesive, I think it's going to be fine. Giving this to my husband will be a great way for me to be able to test this vellum out and see exactly how it works. I guess you are going to be able to see a little bit of it, but my Yeti is going to cover that. If you really didn't want the adhesive to show, you could put the adhesive on all the spaces where the snowflakes are. I'm not terribly worried about it. And then I'm going to add this little piece. I mean, by the time all my layers are on here, you're really not going to be able to see it. So the other thing that I do, if I have heat embossed something in white, and I feel like the embossing powder isn't solid enough, I just go in and I fill in with my white gel pen. You can do this with gold and silver as well. And just fill in some of the spots where you feel like it didn't fill in great. So I just see a couple little spots where it didn't. Okay, so now let's do our Yeti. So for our Yeti, I need a piece of white. So I have a piece of basic white. We're gonna stamp him, I guess we'll stamp him in black. So we need a block. And then I think he'll be able to fit in my mini. I was wondering if it said on here, if this fit in the mini. Okay. So let's stamp the Yeti. He's so cute. And then I think I'm going to stamp the heart. Like if he's holding a heart. Since the sentiment says love you so. Okay, so now let's just add a little bit, let me see, pigment, this might smear, dang, so let me get my Wink of Stella out. I'm worried I used the wrong ink. Have all these Wink of Stellas. And I don't know which one's still. So that's 3 in my little cup. That's 4. That's a gold one. 5th time's a charm, or do I need an actual brand new one? No, this one I think have it. So the first thing is let's take and color the heart. So my favorite is just to use my Wink of Stella. And for this, if you want really dark, I'm going to start out really dark up here, and then I'm just going to pull that color down and it's going to start to lighten it. So I want just a little bit of shadowing over here on this side, and then I want to pull that out and make it lighter. And that's how I'm going to do that. And then you can see right there, it's not blended as well, so I'll just bring some more ink in from my ink pad. And blend it out a little. Okay. So you can also, like with this purple, like we could grab Gorgeous Grape, which is a little bit of a darker color, and just add a little bit of that in there to darken it. I love coloring with my Wink of Stella. It probably really is my favorite way to color. Gives you a little bit of shimmer, and then I really feel like you just have more control. So now we're gonna take Smoky Slate, and this is the part I'm not great at. So we're gonna bring some gray, and I just want it to be real light. I just want a little bit of shadowing. And I'm gonna run my Wink of Stella kind of over all of him to give that shimmer. But I really want to try to not have a lot of Like, I don't want it very dark. And maybe also by doing this, you see the lines that I'm kind of getting with the glimmer? That also creates maybe a little bit of texture on your image. When you're using the Wink of Stella and the ink like this, it's a bit harder to blend it out because it's not going to react. You know, this isn't watercolor paper. And so it's going to be a little bit harder, but just go slow. That's the best thing you can do is go slow and then also know it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going up the edge here and then just kind of pulling that out. I'm a little nervous with my Wink of Stella if it's going to react with that ink. I can't remember if VersaFine is okay when it gets a little bit wet. So a couple places I'm adding a little bit darker. So I'm using Smoky Slate ink for this gray. And also just feeling like if the black bleeds a little bit, then it's probably going to be okay. It'll contribute to that look. And dare I say, I'm liking the way this is turning out. Maybe I shouldn't say it yet, particularly before we're all done. I mean, maybe, just maybe. So let's use the Gorgeous Grape up here. Hopefully you saw the coloring. I didn't check to see if I was on camera. So let's do some really dark. And then wipe some of that off and then go in with some lighter. Okay, so now let's get our mini machine out and see how these dies work. So probably, it would probably be pretty easy to just fussy cut this. I don't really mind fussy cutting items out like that. Let me grab my plates. I forgot where I had them. Last week I was designing my class up in the living room. And today I went to do some embossing on my big machine. And I was like, where in the world are my plates for embossing? I still haven't found them. I have no idea where my plate went for just straight embossing. Where are those dies? Right here. So here's the little Yeti. I actually really like the way that shading came out. So he doesn't look half bad. So I'm just going to take a little washi tape. I know I'm off camera a tiny bit here, but what I'm doing is I'm just going to take a little bit of washi tape and I'm going to stick him down because these dies look like they cut very, very close to the actual image. And my plates are sort of warped, so I don't want them to shift. So then we'll stick them in here. If you ever have a bit of an issue with your plates, these plates here, like suctioning through your machine, all you need to do is offset your plates. So you see my one plate is out here, my bottom plate goes all the way out here, and my next plate on top is a little bit further in, and that will help it to catch in the machine and not like resist going through. So we have that guy there. We're gonna move him aside, and then I'm gonna take the heart die. I'm even gonna die cut the heart, which again, I would probably choose to just fussy cut because I don't mind fussy cutting. And see, I would have already been done if I fussy cut them. It wouldn't have been perfect, but I would already be done moving on to the next step of my card, right? So here we go. Here's the die. But these cut really close, so we're going to see how close when we open these up and see that crisp cut line. There is something about dies that give you such a beautiful look, right? Okay. So we're going to move our little guy out of the way. We're going to bring all of our pieces. Okay, so I have the Love You So. Nobody call Stampin' Up and tell on me that I used a different stamp set. And I just want this little guy right here. But I want to pop him up. I love the way the shading came out. He sort of looks like a dirty Yeti, like he's been, maybe the snow's melting, or he's been up by the road. But I like the way the shading came out. I'm going to put him right there. And then let's see how the heart came out. Oh, these dies are cute. Okay. And we're just going to put the little heart in his hand. So fairly simple. This was fairly simple. I wish maybe I would have done the vellum a little bit more. Like it would have been a little bit wider, but I love that gorgeous grape on there. And he came out pretty cute. He's got a bit of shimmer to him. The heart definitely has a bit of shimmer to it. I think I knocked, oh no, my lid's right here. So the last thing I think I'm going to do is add some crystal effects. I'm debating on whether or not to add some of that puff paint to make it look like snow. I'm scared I'll mess it up. So this will be a little bit cloudy, but once it dries, it'll dry clear. Andrew loves this stuff. So when I make a card with Andrew, he always wants to use crystal effects or glossy accents because he just can't get over how cool it is. It's his favorite thing. Okay. So once it dries, it'll be clear. And that will be so cute. So there it is. I love this paper, this specialty paper. It's so pretty. So that is the card for today. Let me show you the fall card I made, not yesterday, but a couple days ago on YouTube. So this is my fall card that I made with the pumpkins. Y'all know I love, love, love fall. It's my favorite. And I love pumpkins. I already have bought my first 2 pumpkins of the season. So every fall, I always buy 1 pumpkin, like a piece of decor. And I bought my first, I usually limit myself to 1 new pumpkin a year and 1 new snowman a year. And I already bought my first pumpkin. I bought 2 of them and they're in my kitchen window right now. And as soon as this heat wave is over, I'm decorating for fall. So I loved it. I used some Nuvo drops and gold and this gold ribbon, and I love the way it came out. So I will take a photo of this and I will pop it up on my website. Don't forget about my ordering special. My calendar is up in the group, and then these Perfect Partner dies are available starting today, but they're only available this month. So don't put off getting them, and then check out the weekly deals. So there feels like a lot happening in September, and I will be diving into fall projects. I have my class that's coming out tomorrow that are all fall related cards. I have 3 scrapbook layouts to share with you. I have a make and take project, 4 pretty packaging projects to share with you. So I'm very excited about tomorrow's class going live, and I look forward to that. And then I will be back live a lot more with you guys because I am home alone. And I can't believe it. It's 11:30 and I've already gotten so much work done today, and I'm just here by myself, which feels a little sad, but also feels really amazing. So I will be back next week, you guys, with more projects. I hope you're having a wonderful week. If you are dealing with the heat this week, this weekend, just try to stay cool, try to get through it. And hopefully by this time next week, the heat will be gone and we'll be into fall. So I will catch you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll chat with you later.